I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information.
That's just a snippet of the new RNC ad that shows Hillary Clinton's email issues are far from being over. FBI Director James Comey will testify before Congress tomorrow about those emails, and new information could come to light. One of the congressmen questioning Comey tomorrow will be Congressman Ron DeSantis. He joins me now. Congressman, thanks for your time. Essentially, we have seen committee after committee. And while there have been attempts, we've also seen a disdain from those who testified, particularly those from the Obama administration. What can the public be hopeful that you guys will resolve tomorrow?
Well, I think there's a lot of unanswered questions. She was interviewed by the FBI this past weekend. We know that she made multiple statements to the public about her handling of classified information that were patently false based on Comey's facts he laid out yesterday. So I'm curious to know, did she change her tune in front of the FBI? And if she didn't, then didn't she make false statements to them? If she did change her tune, then she's saying one thing to the public, one thing to the FBI. I also think we need to figure out, Loretta Lynch just announced nobody will face charges, not even the aides. Here's the thing, Charles. Top secret information doesn't just get up and dance on its own and end up on a private email server. So that information had to be put there somehow. And if Hillary isn't responsible and none of her aides are responsible, then you basically have a situation where very sensitive material was exposed to hacking a foreign government, and literally nobody is held accountable at all. And I think that's unacceptable.
Well, you know, what else it seems very unacceptable and strikes a lot of people as odd is the notion that somehow this was unintentional and that she made the same sort of mistakes that we all make with our emails. You know, we kind of every now and then delete something and forget about it. And the idea that the Secretary of State would exchange 30 to 60,000 emails and not think any of them were classified.
Well, exactly. And here's the thing, on the question of intent. She specifically intended to set up this server because she didn't want Congress to have access to her emails. She didn't want the American people to be able to file freedom of information requests. So she did that to protect herself politically, knowing that by doing that, you're not going to have the same security and that her communications would inevitably be exposed to potential hacking. And yes, she would come in contact with classified information. And so she did intend for this to happen. Now, she may not have necessarily wanted the classified to be spilled, but she was willing to run that risk in order to protect herself. She put her own interests ahead of the nation's interests.
And of course, politically, we're all left to guess what exactly she may have been trying to hide by not wanting to be a part of this. Some people think maybe she was even hiding information from President Obama, her boss, with respect to some of the people she dealt with, and he was pretty adamant that she doesn't. I want to read a statement from her spokesperson, Brian Fallon. 1 week after their 2-year investigation into the Benghazi attacks turned up nothing, House Republicans are launching yet another taxpayer-funded sham of an inquiry to try to hurt Hillary Clinton politically. What's your response to that?
Well, look, I think the American people know instinctively that if you have two sets of rules, one for rank-and-file Americans and the elite get to live under a different set of rules, that's not only unfair, that really corrodes the political fabric of the country. And I think if you look at people who have been mid-level in both the military and civilian, if they have classified information in an unauthorized space, even if they didn't intend to harm the United States, people have been prosecuted for that. So why wasn't she prosecuted even though the FBI director said she was extremely careless and we know she intended to set up the server the way she did? So those are legitimate questions that I think go beyond Hillary Clinton and really strike at the heart of who we are as a nation of laws, or a nation in which, well, the elite get to pick and choose which laws they follow.
Yeah, ignorance of the law is certainly not an excuse for a lot of lesser mortals out there who could use that excuse. She probably should not have, but it looks like maybe, unless you guys are really great tomorrow, she might get away with it. Congressman DeSantis will be watching live tomorrow, so thank you very much.